Good evening, ladies. How are ye all this evening? I hope you're keeping good. Can everyone hear me okay? I
Yep.
hope. Yeah,
Good
brilliant.
evening.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. So tonight we are kicking off on day two of our incredible masterclass, and I'm so delighted to be here with you. I hope you enjoyed last night's one as well. And again, I'm very proud of you all for coming on tonight as well. Still with that bit of sunshine outside, it shows that ye are dedicated. It really shows you're dedicated. So well done, ye. I'm very proud of ye. Tonight, we are going to be speaking all about something that I love, I'm very passionate about, and it is money and the law of abundance. And we all want that beautiful abundance and juiciness in our lives. So, like last night, grab your journal, grab your pen, grab yourself some water, whatever you may need for this, and we can dive in. I just want to make sure now that no one is texting for the link, and you all got the link okay, which I was delighted about because I was like, oh, will they get the link? Oh my God. No, I've hosted a masterclass before, but I've just done it on a 1 day. So I've never done a 3 day one before. So I was like, oh my God, I need to get the link out and I need to upload it. I need to get it out to people on time. And oh my God, so I'm tested and I'm enjoying it. So I want to dive in and teach you all about the law of abundance and like the law of attraction, getting money into our atmosphere. Let's be more abundant in our lives. And why do we want this? Like, why is shifting money mindset so important in our day-to-day lives? Money is energy, guys. A lot of people don't realize that, but money is energy, and how you feel about it impacts your ability to attract and manage it. So, how do we feel about it? And don't worry, we're going to be delving into it tonight anyway. So, you don't need to worry about how do I feel about it in this moment, because I'll be getting you to tap into it in a little bit. A positive relationship with money fosters security, confidence, and opportunity. Manifesting financial abundance starts with trusting you are worthy of receiving it, because we've all come from that lack mentality. I don't know anyone that has never come from that lack mentality of money doesn't grow on trees. We can't like that we don't have enough money. We can't do that now. No, 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 it's too expensive. And you hear all of this, or there isn't enough money in that, and all these different negative things. And I was only even speaking to my husband about it this morning. He'll kill me for always using him as an example. Butcher, we have to. We're doing it live. But I was saying different things about limiting beliefs and money and that, and he was saying, "Oh, there isn't money in, being a PT." And I was saying, because I was like, "Oh, what if Jack grows up to be a PT in that?" He was like, "Oh, there's no money in that." And Jack was overwrite us, my son. And I said, "Don't say that, overwrite him." I said, "I remember my dad saying overwrite me when I was younger. I wanted to be a hairdresser when I was like about 10 or 11. And my dad was like, there's no money in that." And of course, I really respected like my dad and like what he thought. So I never thought of it anymore. I was like, no, I won't become a hairdresser now. There's no money in that. Whereas obviously there is great money in hairdressing, like, you know what I mean, if you do want to be in it. But equally, it all depends on who you are and what you're going to make of yourself. As I said to him, do PTs make money? Potentially not. They probably are fine. But Jack could be that one in 99 that makes something, like that has the app that goes worldwide, that goes that. But obviously, if we dim his light now and say there's no money in that, which is lack, then he mightn't go for something that he truly wants. Again, totally random, just like sidestep on what we talk about on our day-to-day lives and how it can still show up. And that's what I was even saying to my husband today. I was like, don't give him that lack mentality. He can be whatever he wants and he can draw on the abundance from that. And equally, he can learn from it as well and move on. Now, abundance is not something we acquire. It's something we tap into. Dr. Wayne Dyer, you've probably all heard of him. He's an incredible, amazing inspiration inside in the holistic community. He's since passed away, but he is incredible. He really tapped into the law of abundance, the law of attraction, how we're all frequency and how frequency matters and how we vibrate all into the manifestations. So abundance is not something we acquire. It's something we tap into. So it's within us. It is within us all. Dr. Wayne Dyer believed that abundance isn't something external that you can chase or accumulate. It's an energy we align with. His philosophy was rooted in the idea that abundance is always present and we simply need to tune into it rather than operate from a mindset of scarcity. So today inside my Soulful online community, it's the 1st of May, obviously, just in case anyone is watching this from the future and they're like, what? So today's the 1st of May and we started the gratitude practice, the 28th day magic practice inside my Soulful online community. And obviously there is parts of that where we will be dipping into the money and the manifestation and all the rest of it. But gratitude is something that we need to do to raise our vibration in all aspects of our lives. And it's a frequency that we need to tune into because we can all feel every day when we wake up, we've all got bills. We're all going to have bills coming in the front door. Like me, a while ago, I had to pay for my car tax. I'm so happy and grateful that I got to pay for my car tax. Would I have loved to put that money towards a holiday? Of course I would have. But at the end of the day, we don't want to get the penalty points or whatever you get for not paying it. So, and we want the car and we're abundant because we have the car. So while we get into that like energetics of, oh, for fuck's sake, another bill, you're getting a bill because you have the thing. Does that make sense? So if you didn't get the bill, you wouldn't have the thing. So when the electricity bill comes, which I do understand is sky high, and the gas bill and all, and they're even shopping. Like as much as I try and live in my abundance mindset. Every time I've done the shop in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've texted my husband going 148 euros. 3 days later, 80 euros. I'm like going, my God, like the cost of shopping is just gone nuts. The shopping for food. So again, I can fall into the trap, but while I'm at the checkout, I always say, thank you for the money to be able to pay for this while I'm, breaking out in a little cold sweat as well, going, this did not cost this last week, like, but again, I try and balance it and go, thank you for the money to be able to do this. Like, I literally left a job on Tuesday with clients and they paid me cash, and I literally went to Lidl and handed it straight back out. I was like, okay. But look, we're abundant. We got to eat an array of food and we're healthy. So we have to keep tapping into that frequency because it is mindset. And you know yourself, and you've had this happen to you in your life when the shit hits the fan, as they say, and one thing after another just keeps happening, and you're like, for fuck, what next? What next is going to happen to me? But again, it's the frequency and it's the vibration. So we need to shift that. And that's so important with money as well, because our thoughts and our beliefs shape our reality. If you believe abundance is limited, or difficult to attain, we unconsciously block ourselves from receiving it. But when we shift our mindset into recognizing that abundance is already available, whether in love, wealth, or opportunities, we naturally attract more of it into our lives. And we're all here for it. But see, a lot of us have these beliefs of, oh, if I have too much, it'll be greedy. Like I always remember my mother, and again, I'll forever be always using my mother and my husband as examples in these scenarios. But my mother would be always, oh, I wouldn't want that much money now. I wouldn't want that. If I won the lotto, I wouldn't want that. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you? Like, have it all. Like, why? That's not a greedy thing to have it all. I would love it all. I could set myself up, my kids up, my grandkids up, all the rest of it. I could give money to Trócaire if that's a need. Do you know what I mean? We can still give back. But why do we need to feel that, oh, I'd only want this amount? Money doesn't change you, you change you. You decide how you act on a daily basis. And this is where people can think money is bad because they might have had a rich uncle who was bad. So they put that down to money. Or you've probably already heard the saying, like, money doesn't buy you happiness. It doesn't, but Jesus Christ, it can make you very happy. While you can't buy happiness, but of course it can make you feel happy. Money can't buy you health either. No, it can't, but it can buy me the healthy foods. It can equally buy me the healthy supplements. It can buy me the health care. It can buy me all of this. So yes, it can. So we have to really, really think about it and process the words that we're saying because again, it's the frequency that we're emanating out. And I always say to people, the way like as you can already see, I do meditations and visualizations with you. But inside well, let's say if we're the magic wand and we're like, oh, I want this now, and let's just go wild and say it, like I want the Lamborghini and I want the 5-star cruise and I want, the house on the hill. Beautiful, amazing. Like, wow, go get him, Tiger. But then you're saying, Oh, for fuck's sake, there's another bill coming in. Can you get over the amount, how much the shopping is costing? Can you get over the, and you're constantly bitching and moaning about money. But internally, then you're like, I want this Lamborghini and I want this and I want that. But on the external, what you're radiating out onto the world is the negative and the opposite of it. So the universe is like, excuse me, what do you actually want? So this is where we have to pay attention to how we're speaking. So focusing on gratitude, in our intuition, our intentions, and trust in the universe's infinite possibilities. By tapping into the abundance rather than chasing it, we move from a place of lack to a state of flow and prosperity. But it's work. Like I said to you last night, it's work. It's hard work. You don't wake up one morning and go, boom, I want to be a millionaire, and you're a millionaire. No. Richard Branson didn't wake up in the morning and go, I'm going to have an airline. He's dyslexic, ADHD, has all of these mental health issues going on with him, but he kept going every single day, striving, striving, striving. He didn't want to fly a plane, he wanted to have an airline. Now he's going into space and that. How did he do it? He didn't sit on his arse on the couch and go, Namaste, I'm going to manifest this into my reality, push, genie in a bottle, puff of smoke. No. And that's why manifesting gets such a bad rap. And that's why half the times I try not to talk when I'm like, while I love talking about manifesting on social media and all the rest of it, but I feel sometimes people go, she's talking about that fucking genie in the bottle stuff, like, that stuff doesn't work. And it's like manifesting is the law of vibration, the law of frequency. It's the what we're what we focus on internally, speak it out into existence. That's what manifesting is. And it's the action steps that we take on a daily basis to get that. As I gave you the scenarios last night about the weight loss and different things like that. We don't go, I want to have a bikini body and a six pack and, a juicy butt and all the rest of it. And it just, boom, it's there. No, you have to get out and go walk and you have to cut down on what you're eating and do all the things. But it's the intention. I hold the intention within my heart and then I speak it into existence and take the action steps then to do it. So by tapping into the abundance rather than chasing it. So tapping in, we're going inwards. We move then from a place of lack to a state of flow and prosperity. And that's in all aspects of life while we are talking about money tonight. But again, always have always be thinking of, oh, this could mean for this area of my life as well, and this area of my life. Where would I like to be more abundant? That's why I themed all of these with the money, the love, because these are the biggest things that we want in our life. We want more love, whether it's love of self or love of another. Money. Of course, everyone wants a bit more money. Like, who doesn't? Like, who doesn't want a bit more security in their life? But again, it's coming back to the root of self, always coming back to ourselves. So, how money blocks can show up. Obviously, scarcity thinking. There's never enough. Limits our ability to attract abundance. Emotional baggage as well, such as shame or guilt around finances, creates resistance. Focusing on lack sends the wrong energetic message to the universe. So, like what I was saying to you, you're thinking all these beautiful, abundant thoughts, but yet you're sitting down with your neighbor over a cup of tea and all you're talking about is like the costs going up and this and this and you're getting irate and you're getting pissed off over it and you're riling each other up talking about it and you're gone. And then it's like, no, like I'll even tell you, like, for instance, like I remember when COVID had first hit. And obviously we went into our first lockdown, and do you remember the way everyone was like in Dunnes Stores and they were killing each other over toilet paper and the pasta was gone off the shelves. I was inside in the pharmacy buying supplements. Like, you're telling me the bubonic plague or whatever it is that's going to affect our body is on its way to us. Sorry, I think I need vitamins. I think my arse is going to be okay. I don't need Tylenol. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like our mind goes nuts. It's like, no, love, go buy a supplement. There's a disease coming. Buy a supplement. You'll be all right for pasta. Do you know, calm down on the carbs. Let's go buy a bit of vitamin C. I was surprised there wasn't queues out the door at the pharmacies. Do you know? But this is where our mind goes to. So again, from a money mindset point of view, and again, sorry if sometimes I curse and say things like that. I hope I never offend anyone, but I'm very theatrical if you haven't already gathered. Um, but when we focus on a lack, and this is the thing, like you are like I love the famous saying from Jim Rohn, you are the five people you keep. Like I gave you the, for instance, last night, if you're around the people that eat the donuts, you're going to constantly eat the donuts. So even for me, when I heard that saying, and I'm not joking you, my first husband was still alive at the time. And I remember I was out walking, earphones in, listening to Jim Rohn, and he was like, and you are the five people you keep. I rang my husband at the time, John. He was still alive. I was like, we need to get a divorce. He was like, what? I was like, we need to get a divorce. I said, you're so fucking negative. All you do is talk about people. I can't cope with that. I don't like that kind of shit. And I rang my mother. I was like, Mum, I can't be calling over to you so much. And she was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, all you talk about is Mary up the road has this going on with her. This one up the road has this going on with her. This. I was like, excuse me. No, my vibration needs to be pure. I need to be a virgin with this beautiful, pure energy, And this was before the shit hit the fan for me with John getting sick, John passing away, and all the rest of it. So thankfully, I was tapping into this. I was starting to understand. There was a reason I was starting to understand all of this. Thank you to the guides and the universes that was like, you're going to need to know all of this because the shit is about to hit the fan for you and your life is going to be ripped asunder. So here's a bit of nicety for you to tap into. But like that, you are the five people you keep. So focusing on constant speaking into lack. How can I change it? So even like that, like with my husband, the scenario this morning with my husband, I turned around and again, we're always having the banter, always joking. I was like, no, no. I said, we won't have those limiting beliefs. I said, Jack will be the one now that'll make the app and he'll be the PT. Like, Jack, now, me saying Jack being a PT, Jack doesn't even like exercise. But again, it's just because we were saying it overright him. And I said, he'll be the one in a million that will create the app. He'll be worldwide. He'll be all this. So instead of limiting, how can I come from a place to abundance? And equally, if you're here and you've got kids, the fact that even doing this work and showing up for the work that you might change a little bit of a conversation, oh, so important. So important. So potential blocks in your finances and how they can actually show up. So, oh sorry, hold on there. I went over. So potential blocks in financial abundance, scarcity. As I said, you're rooted in fear and the belief that resources are limited. Signs could be chronic anxiety about money, difficulty celebrating others' financial success. So do you know, like if you saw again someone on social media or your a family friend or even a sibling and they get the promotion and they get that and they're going on another holiday this year and you're like, fuck's sake, look at them off again now. Like, look at them. Who do they think they are? Celebrate them now. From now on, celebrate them because all that is your insecurities. That's your limiting beliefs of lack that you're not going. Because if you really tap into the feeling of, look at them fucking going off again, like, who do they think they are? Would you not love to be swanning off as much as them? When you think about it, you probably would. So instead of being jealous, come into a place of fair fucks. She's working every single hour, or she's putting herself out there, or she's doing whatever, or they're doing whatever. Do you know? And they're doing the work. They're whatever they're doing. Fair play, they won the lotto. Look at them, aren't they very lucky? But you're sitting at home and you don't buy a lotto ticket, but yet you begrudge her because she buys the lotto ticket. Do you know? So we have to come be more aware of our thoughts, emotional attachment as well, past financial mistakes, or like our conditioning as well can lead to guilt or shame about wealth. And obviously, if you're a Catholic, it was inbred in us to feel all that shame. So signs, avoiding money, discussions, decisions, and feeling undeserving of abundance. So avoiding money discussions. A lot of us can go, oh, don't want to talk to him now tonight about that, like, but X, Y, and Z needs to happen, and I know now it's going to cause an argument, or and then we hold it in more and more and more, which then our energetic frequency gets like more and more into a negative. So we need to be able to be okay with speaking about money. We need to be able to feel safe about speaking about money. And that all comes into play with the root chakra as well. So, which obviously leads us on to this. So energy imbalances. An unbalanced root chakra can create insecurity, while a blocked sacral chakra limits creativity in generating wealth. Signs of feeling stuck or unable to see new possibilities for financial flow. So again, you might be one, you might be in a scarcity where your root chakra isn't balanced and grounded because of everything that has happened. One, between the ages of 0 to 7 that you saw as a child when it comes to money, because that's when that chakra was formed. The sacral chakra was formed between the ages of 7 to 14. So again, it's that creativity element that comes in with the sacral chakra. How can I make more money? Am I doing a job? Could I have maybe another part-time job? I actually saw a girl on TikTok the other day. She was talking about people that are earning an extra income now doing, oh, what's it called? Not assessments, but oh my, you know when you fill out the forms online, whatever they're called, like and surveys. Couldn't think of the word surveys. They're earning money doing surveys, an extra 50 quid. But like happy days, if that's your little holiday fund and all the rest of it, like go do it. I've had loads of side hustles. I was an Avon rep. I used to do Unislim. I used to work with Herbalife. I always jokingly say I'm like Delboy down the market. I've loads of things that I'm doing, you know, my hands in everything. But again, I've always been creative with my sacral chakra. So, but equally, it has got blocked on and off. And I know that then when my money stops to flow, then I'm like, oh, I clearly haven't been creating. I clearly am a bit blocked. And I know myself, as you all know, Christmas, January, it's the bills, it's Christmas, it's all of these things where we can be like, oh, the money. But yet, we're well aware now, it's the 1st of May, that December is going to come. Are we preparing for December? Probably not. And then we piss and moan about it when it comes, then going, the money, that this, that that. Whereas we could be on Revolut now. I don't know. And again, something told me today, it was like, share that on on the video as well. Like on Revolut, if any of you have Revolut, there's pockets that you can have to save money in, but also as well, you can put extra change into it. So anytime you purchase something using your Revolut card, 5% of that, 4% of that, or however much percent of that can go into your savings account. It's brilliant. Like my sister's hen is on in 2 weeks. I didn't put a penny into that pocket and I saved it within 6 months, the €300 that we needed to pay for it. But I never felt like I saved, well, it was my money, but I didn't feel I saved it. So it was great. It felt like free money. It's like, Jesus, I'm abundant. This is great. And when you can visually see the money as well, that's amazing. When you can visually see that money, and part of the magic practice, on one of the days, you actually write out a check for yourself. Then there's another day where there's a bill. So you see a bill, and it might be a bill that you have. Now, I know a lot of us don't get bills anymore through the post. It might be digitally online, but you look at it and you visualize it being paid, even though you might have zero in your bank balance and you're like, how the fuck am I going to pay for this? Like, but you look at it and you give gratitude for paying it and you look at it as being paid. You look at getting an email back saying, we've received your payment. Thank you for your payment. And you feel into that frequency and vibration, because what will happen then as you keep tapping into that frequency and that vibration, then the universe starts working with you. Then you might win the €5 on the scratch card, or then you might get, you'd never know where it could come in, where the abundance might flow in. The role of gratitude and our intentions and our intuition, the gratitude for what you already have raises your vibrational energy. So clear intentional focus on financial goal aligns with your energy with abundance. But first, let's start with the gratitude you already have for what you already have. We have to be so grateful for what we already have in our lives, because look at for right now, you're currently just even this masterclass alone. First and foremost, you're here, which means one, you're alive. We're grateful for being alive. That means we've a heart that's working, a lungs, kidneys, blah, 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 name out all the organs. There's loads of things to be grateful for. Then equally, you have to be grateful for that you can hear me because I have such a beautiful voice. So that means you've got like lovely ears that you can hear me with. You've got a phone or a laptop that you can see me with. You've got Wi-Fi that you can tune into. You've had money to pay for those things. Well, you didn't have to pay for me, but you had money to pay to see me. But we forget, we take these things for granted. You've a roof over your head. Well, like that takes money. But when we pay things out and it's gone and we don't even notice it, and we've no money at the end of the month, then and we're like, I've no money at the end of the month. What's the fucking point of anything anymore? All I'm doing is working and it's gone straight out. But if you sit back and reflect on all you have, you're very abundant. But equally, if there's something that you actually want to bring into your reality, the holiday, the Porsche, the Lamborghini, whatever it is that actually costs money, the course you want to go on, the trip you always wanted to take, you need to be clear on it. You need to think about it. You need to write it down. You need to research how much it costs. Anytime I've ever got into a discussion with anyone that ever says they want to buy a house, I've always said to them, they know roughly, like they look around these areas and they're like, oh, I'd love that one. I'd love that one. I'd love that one. And I've always said to them, have you rang the bank to see what you'd be pre-approved for? Or have you gone online to do that whole thing to see what you'd be pre-approved for? And they said no. And I said, do that first. So then you can zone in and go, okay, this is what I'm going to be allowed. Now I can look in that range and be excited versus there's no point in me looking over here and being all excited over here for then the bank to go, excuse me, are you totally mad? You're not earning enough. So I can stand into the frequency and the vibration of what I have right now in this current moment and get excited from that place. So again, be clear on your financial goals. What do you want to get? And equally, if I did want the mansion over here and my current needs can't get me to that. Once I have the chat with the bank and they say you need X, Y, and Z, now I have clear focus on what I need to get me to the mansion over here instead of the little house over here. But when we're living in dreamland and we don't have the focus on figuring out the steps, that's where we become, it doesn't happen. That's where the manifesting, that's where we're not in an alignment with the frequency to attract it into our lives because we're not aware. We're just thinking of the big house. While dreaming of the big house is amazing, dreaming of that vacation is amazing, but how much does it cost? How much do you need for it? You need to tap into that so that you can be aware so that when you win €20, when you win €500, when your boss gives you a raise, when you release a new course that gives you X amount of money, you then know, oh, that's X off that. Yes. And that'll excite you then even more. But if you don't have a goal, like I said to you last night, if you don't have a destination, where are you going? Where are you going in life? And that's where we start to feel burnt out. That's where we start to feel we lose focus. That's where we start to lose passion. That's where we start to lose all of these things. So, action steps to invite financial flow is to reframe money beliefs. Identify one belief: money is hard to earn, and replace it with money flows to me with ease and alignment. You can also create a money mantra. You can repeat it daily. I am a magnet for prosperity and abundance. Now, like what I said to you last night as well, doing these, writing them out every day and saying them as well on front of a mirror. So, what I do in the morning, I am so happy and grateful now. So, nine times out of 10, because obviously I have a business. So, I'm so happy and grateful now that money flows to me with ease and joy. Money is my best friend. So, I'm so happy and grateful now that money flows to me with ease and joy. Money is my best friend. I love money. Another one I write. I am so happy and grateful now that my clients flow to me with ease and joy. I love helping clients transform their lives. My clients love the transformation I provide for them, and they give me reviews and they share and tag me on social media because, again, that's something that I want to bring into my reality. And then I put in money one as well. I'm so happy and grateful. Let's just throw out a figure that I earn €10,000 a month with ease and joy. So instead of just saying an amount, I'm saying with ease and joy because the universe might be like, oh, she wants €10,000 a month, but we'll make her fucking work for it. But I'm like, excuse me, no, with ease and joy. I want to be smiling and not sweating. Thank you. So again, putting a money element to it. And where did that number come from? Let's say the 10,000. That would have been made up of everything that I would have said, this is how much I want that we need to live to get by. This is how much I need for us to go on 4 holidays a year, just throwing it out there. This is how much it will be to pay the car, the. And that brings you to this is how much I need in a month to live the lifestyle that I want to live. So instead of me just throwing money out, going, I want to earn 50,000 a month. Well, that's great, but that's just money. That's just a number and it's not a frequency that I can connect with because I don't know what it represents. Does that make sense? So I need to figure out what does the money represent so I can bring it back to an emotion. So when I see the figure that I write down specifically for me every day, I know that that means a lifestyle, a luxurious lifestyle. That's actually what I write as well, that I live a luxurious lifestyle, that I travel first class, Ryanair. But anyway, I travel first class, around the world with my family. And I put all of these things, and that makes me feel amazing. Again, versus me saying I love to travel. I'm so happy and grateful that I get to travel first class with my family, experiencing all the world has to offer. Like, go, like, get very dramatic with it and bring in all the positive words into it and believe it, because then you're feeling into the frequency and the vibration of it. So, when you are writing down a money goal, that you are looking to achieve and to attract into your life, make sure that you are writing down a number that you want to achieve. And you don't need to every day write down the reasons why, because this is paying for the holiday, because this is this, because you'll have already had that worked out. So when you're writing it, you'll know that this is for that, if that makes sense. So I still write down my money goal, the actual number value. I also write down what I'm looking to draw into my life. So if I want to, the clients I always write down because I'm in business at the end of the day. So that's an everyday thing I write down by clients. My health, I always write down. I'm so happy and grateful now that every cell in my body is healthy. And I write down my family's health. I write down that I'm grateful to have a husband. I'm grateful to have three healthy kids. All of these things, and it could be repetitive. But going back to, let's say, we'll say the 10,000, we'll just go back to the money value. Let's go back to the 10,000 euros a month with ease and joy. Let's say on day 34, you're like, I'm fucking withered to writing this now. I'm getting nowhere. But imagine on day 35, something was about to shift, but you decided to stop because, again, that speed bump came where you're like, can't be arsed. Well, if you can't be arsed, that means you don't truly want it. So are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to do the work to help you get you to where you want to go? That's why I always say to clients, you have to be ready to shovel the shit to get you through it, and you will get through it. But it is showing up every day. It is doing the things. Do you know, some people might think you're crazy. People think I'm batshit crazy, and that's all right. But I'm living my luxurious life in my head. And it's great. So again, we have to let the abundance and the frequency flow from within us out on. So doing those things like affirmations, reframing, especially a negative thing that you have, like lack of money or anything like that. How can I replace it to write it in a different way? As an actual gratitude practice every single day, and can I catch myself if something happens that someone is saying something, that I can say something different to repeat that back so that it's a positive. And equally, can I do the mantras? So writing a gratitude list focused on money, such as I am grateful for the roof over my head, I am grateful for the 10 euros I found in my coat pocket, is an amazing thing to do. Manifesting journal, obviously. So this is a journal prompt that you could obviously write down for yourselves if you want to. What does financial abundance feel like in my life? So what does financial abundance feel like in my life? So if you write that down as a question, and obviously after the meditation and that, when we're finished the call, ye can actually answer that if you've enough time, because obviously after a meditation, it's lovely to then be able to sit with the questions because you're grounded and rooted into yourself. So, what does financial abundance feel like to me? How do I act, think, and feel when I have it? So, how do I act, think, and feel when I have it? And obviously, this is to encourage you to connect emotionally with your desired outcome that we were thinking about in day one, that future self. Remember that beautiful woman, that beautiful goddess that woke up and she was living her best, abundant, beautiful life. So you're tapping into her. And what does it feel emotionally when we're connecting into that financial abundance. The thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions. Because we can all just write words. And every time when I write out my gratitude list in the morning, I then, when I'm finished it, I read it with one hand on my heart chakra. And after each one, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's another lovely thing to do. So when you write out your gratitude list in the morning, put one hand on your heart chakra when you're finished and read them out individually while saying thank you, thank you, thank you after each one. So now, who you were. Begin to acknowledge your past relationships with money, both the challenges and the victories. Like write down one limiting belief now. So write down one limiting belief that you are ready to release on a small piece of paper. Obviously, you can write it now and you can do it on a small piece of paper in a while if you want to. So write down one limiting belief about money that you're ready to release. And then later, what you can do is you can burn it safely or obviously tear it up or bury it if you want to, but burning it is great and looking at it as it burns and then envision it leaving energetically. So that's a lovely ritual to be able to do. So write down what now, lads, you can write down loads of limiting beliefs if you want to. I said one, you could write down loads of different limiting money beliefs that you're ready to release because you might be like, I'm ready to do it all. I'm ready to go knees deep into this and get rid of it all. And then who you're becoming. So we're going to get into a gorgeous meditation because you know I love a good meditation. So we're going to step into the identity of someone who's confident, secure, and aligned with abundance, okay? So someone who is confident, secure, and aligned with abundance. So now, again, if it's safe to do so, I want you to close down your eyes and have your palms facing upright to receive. And take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. On the inhale, feel your lungs expand like two big balloons. And on the exhale, feel all your worries drift away. Breathing in and out. Today, we explore the beliefs that have shaped our relationships with money, releasing what no longer serves us. With each breath, we invite clarity and transformation. Imagine now a deep red light at the base of your spine. This is your root chakra, your sense of security. Breathing in and out. At your belly button area, you have your sacral chakra, which influences the creativity and flow in your finances. Visualize an orange glow in your lower belly now. These energy centers hold both stability and possibility. As you breathe, invite them to reveal hidden beliefs about wealth, security, and prosperity. Scan your mind and emotions. What thoughts immediately come to mind when you think about money? Notice without judgment. What money phrases did you hear growing up? How did your family talk about finances? Do you feel guilt or fear when thinking about wealth? Why is that? What do you believe you are allowed to have financially? Do you feel there is a cap to what you can have, to earn? Recognize patterns without attaching negativity to them now. These beliefs were formed from past experiences, but they do not define your future. Picture yourself in a sacred space now, standing before a warm, flickering fire. In your hands, you hold small slips of paper. Written on each one is a limiting belief, words of scarcity, fear, or resistance. One by one, drop each paper into the flames. Watch as the fire transforms these beliefs into light, releasing them from your energy. Look at them burn. Feel the energy releasing from your body. We're going to invite in abundance now. The heart chakra nurtures worthiness. So imagine a soft pink or green light at the center of your chest. The crown chakra connects to divine abundance. Envision a violet glow above your head. Speak gently now. Affirm in your head or out loud, I am worthy of financial abundance. Now step forward into a golden light, the frequency of wealth and infinite possibilities. Feel its warmth enveloping your entire being, reprogramming your thoughts and energy with abundance. We will do a couple of affirmations now while we're standing in this beautiful golden light and frequency of wealth and infinite possibilities. So again, either in your head or out loud. Say, I am wealthy. I am worthy of financial abundance. Money flows to me effortlessly. I trust in the limitless prosperity available to me. I am free from financial fear and open to new opportunities. Thank you, universe, for all your blessings. Now place both your hands over your heart chakra, so just at your chest area. Taking 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. You are stepping into a new energy, one of prosperity, ease, and security surrounding you right now. Carry this clarity with you. Gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, put a smile on your face, and come back into the room. I hope you enjoyed that lovely meditation, and obviously, I'll be sending you the recording. So I'll send it over. And I was actually thinking, today I was thinking, I love that meditation. I think it's a lovely meditation. So I might try and do it with some music. And I might see, can I do it as a podcast episode? So I might be able to send it out to everyone because I do think it is a nice one. So if I do, obviously I'll let you know about that. So what I want you to do is write down these questions now as well. So how does my empowered self feel about money? And what new opportunities are open to me? So, what does my empowered self feel about money? Remember, that's that future self we're tapping into. And what new opportunities are open to me? So, again, while you were meditating, did you think of new ways that you could have money, or did you loan someone money that you forgot about that you could ask them for, or different things? But equally, tapping into asking that guidance, like I said to you yesterday, asking for that guidance, those signs, those signals from source, higher self, angels, guides, Buddha, Allah, God, whoever you feel, asking for the help, asking for the support, asking for the guidance for you to be able to see and to help you. So, how does my empowered self feel about money, and what new opportunities are open to me? By healing your past money wounds and aligning energetically with abundance, you will feel empowered to rewrite your financial story. Incorporating sacred practices creates a deeper connection to your intentions, making the law of attraction and the law of abundance even more effective. That's why doing this work is so important, and it's all interlinked and interchained, and that's why I love it so much, and that's why I'm so passionate about it so much, and that's why I love helping people with it, because I know how much it helped me and it helped me transform my life, and that's why I then went on to train in it to be able to help others as well. So go have lovely meditation music on if you can. Journal if you can before you go back about your day, and write down all the answers that you have. And again, remember the journal prompts from yesterday, today, and even the ones that will be coming to you tomorrow. In a week's time, open up your journal again and answer them again. Is more stuff after coming in. Keep journaling. Again, if you're getting signs, downloads, information, write them down. Like, I got this sign today to maybe go and do something. Maybe is that my sign that I should do it? What are the pros and cons? Write down the pros and cons. Get it out of here, get it onto a piece of paper so that you can enter the energy can flow with it. Keep doing your gratitude practice now, adding in the financial of abundance, tapping into that lack. So again, as I said to you, you can do your own little ritual. While I did do a guided ritual with you there, you can go and do that ritual now if you want to, writing down your limiting beliefs and burning them in your fire, again, out the back if it's safe to do so, and look at it as it burns. Feel it as an energetic bag of weight now being released from you. While you might think, okay, I'm burning a piece of paper, Leanne, is that really going to do it? It may not, but this it's symbolic so that when it crops up again, you'll think of the burning piece of paper and you're like, nope, I have to think of a positive now on this. I have to think of a more abundant thing to do with it. And this is how we're constantly trying to reprogram. This is how we're reprogramming our conscious and subconscious brain because remember, we've been made up of what our caregivers believed, what our teachers believed, what religion taught us, what all these things. Not saying that they're good, bad, or in between. They are what they are and they were what they were. But we're only in control of this moment and what's going forward. The past has happened. So we can say, thank you very much. It was what it was, but I'm moving forward and I want to be XYZ and I'm going to make it happen. Haven't a clue how, but I'm going to try. But again, by changing your frequency is what's going to help you. So there's a little now, and again, bear in mind these master classes aren't the all full transformative things. It does take deep work, like, and obviously that's what I do with my clients. We go deep, we go into the healing, we work with the chakras individually, we do all of this stuff. But it's lovely to have a little overview because some people aren't even aware of the energetic frequency of money. And even from this point of view as well, when I say to you money, what do you think of? Do you think of bills like as in like paper money? Do you think of coins? Do you think of a number on a screen? So that's energy because we all think of it different. For me, how I think of money, it's a number on a screen because we're all so digital right now, like, with our phones and all the rest of it. Like I do, unless a client pays me in money, in cash, that's the only time I ever really have cash. So how do you see money now? And when you're trying to attract more of it into your life, visualize that version of money, if that makes sense. So let's say the 10,000 euro that I was saying there, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning 10,000 euros a month with ease and joy. I'm not going to envision a suitcase of 10,000 euros. I'm going to envision a digital money in my bank account with 10,000 euros. Another little trick for you that you can do. Let's say if you do have a bank statement, you could write at the top of the bank statement 10,000 euros. Yours might come in 500 overdrawn. That doesn't matter. We're going to put 10,000 over it on a post-it note and we're going to put that over it and we're going to keep looking at the bank statement and we're going to keep looking at the bank statement because at the end of it, it has the 10,000 euros or whatever the amount is that you want to start seeing in a positive way. Equally, write a check because obviously when the magic practice came out, obviously it was years and years ago and checks were still a thing. So that's why you have a magic check that you can write. So I'm so happy and grateful, let's say for a holiday. And obviously I'm a family of five now, so a holiday is probably about 6,000 euros. So I'd write the 6,000 euros on that. But I'd have to make sure that is it 6,000 euros? Is that all inclusive or do I need spending money? So again, we have to make sure that we're focusing on what it is that we fully want and write the amount on it. So again, if you have a check, if you have a bill, so if you've got a bill, you can write paid on it, even though you don't have the money paid, envision yourself paying it, give gratitude for paying it. Your bank statement comes in, put whatever amount of money you want on that. Like what, and I'll give you a tip as well. So for me, I do obviously all my business online as well. So even like how clients pay me is online. And as the system I use, it's kind of like a bank system. It's a booking system. So you pay them and they pay me, if that makes sense. It's basically like it goes into a bank. So what I've done is I've taken a screenshot of what I've earned, let's say in the past year from that. And then what I've done is I've taken a screenshot of it and I've went into Canva and I've put over it what I now want to earn. So now I can keep looking at that and go, oh, because while yes, it's great when I'm writing it down what I want to earn, but then when I can see that then as a visual, as an extra, I'm like, wow, because it looks real, it looks possible, because it's on the same graph that my current income is on. So it's like as if it's proof that, oh my God, it's on the piece of paper. So that's why when you get the bill in, it's paid. When you get the bank statement in, or even if your bank statements are online, take a screenshot of it and then go into Canva or one of those things. By all means, private message me and I can send you a little video on how to do that and put over the amount that you want to have on it. Again, it's all very fun. It's all very, and this is the element that you want to bring into this kind of stuff. It's fun. It's fun to dream. It's fun to be playful. It's fun to get into the sacral chakra. It's fun to tap into these frequencies. Because if we're constantly in lack, if we're constantly in fear, we're just withered. Our energy is gone. We're like, bleh, with life. Wouldn't you much prefer to be high vibing it, even if you fuck all in the bank going, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and be happy and I'm gonna try and make it work and I'm just gonna try. But because I want much more. Like I gave you the for instance last night, if you live to the age of 100, what do you want your bank account now to start looking like? What do you want to do? You want to go on 4 holidays a year? Do you want to go on 5 holidays a year? But equally, what's coming up when you say the 4 or 5 holidays a year? Are you going, oh Jesus, no, that's too much? Why is it too much? Why not? You're here to live and it's on your terms. So remember, it's on your terms. It can be hard when we're in a relationship and the other person might be a negative Nelly about money or all the rest of it. Like that, like what I do. You plant the seeds. You start saying positive things, overwrite them, and you plant the seeds. Another great thing to do with kids. You're planting the seeds. Let them hear you. The repetition then of them hearing it. Like me and Kevin, we have a great laugh now. Like, do you know what I mean? While of course, either of us can go into a lack mindset, but he's so used to all the stuff I do now that if I go into a tiny bit of a lack mindset, he'll bring me straight out of it and he'll be like, oh, I'm so abundant for all the money we have to pay for this. And I'm like, thank you. And it brings me straight out of it. So plant the little seeds for those around you, especially within your household, because it can be hard, especially if you're like with someone that will be very negative and uptight about money and different things like that. Start saying, I'm going to do this. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, what have I lost? Like, what have you lost if it doesn't work? You felt happy for a couple of days. Sure, that cost you nothing to feel happy for a couple of days trying it. But try it. Take the little incremental steps every day and notice the small little things that might change in your life. And you have to be open to receive because remember, when we're working with the law of abundance, when we're working with money, when we're working with all of these things, we have to be able to receive. So let's say if you go out for coffee tomorrow and the person you're with goes to pay for it and you're like, Jesus, no, 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 I'll pay for myself. Let them pay for you. Say thank you. If someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. If you're like me years ago, if anyone gave me a compliment, I'd be green. I'd be like, "Ugh," and I'd have to compliment them straight away back. If someone compliments you, say, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. If someone is complimenting you, it's because of how they feel for you. Receive it instead of being, oh, I need to give them something back now. I have to give them something back straight away, straight away. It's like, no, receive it. Thank you so much for that. If someone says your top is beautiful, your hair is beautiful, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Equally, if someone is offering to buy you something and pay for something, well, of course you have your own money. Thank you so much. And again, if they've paid for your coffee, coffee is what, 3.50 to €5 now? There you go, there's €5 towards your Lamborghini that you just saved. Boom, you're abundant. So again, we have to be open to receive as well. While we're women, while we're amazing, incredible goddesses, while we're very strong and we can do everything and we can, of course we can. But we equally need to be in flow. We need to be in our feminine energy. So we need to be in the flow. We need to be able to receive. Again, we need to be able to receive the thing from the man to go into the egg to make the baby. Okay. So we have to be able to receive sometimes. So being in receptive mode means saying thank you. Thank you for buying me lunch. Thank you. Okay. So there you go. There's the TED Talk for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I have loved again being on with you for another evening, and I can't wait for tomorrow evening. We're going to be talking about the power of love, my absolute favorite. You are so welcome. Thank you so much. And again, if any of you have any questions, obviously, please feel free to reach out to me. Obviously, I'd love to be able to help you in any way that I can. And yeah, I just hope you really, really enjoyed it. And as soon as the recording is up, I'll send